Well, the British royals have posed for a new formal photograph. You notice there she's the only splash of color in this picture. But take a close look at her tiara.
For most people watching the British royal family, it looked like nothing more than another glittering royal appearance, another carefully choreographed evening filled with diplomats, cameras, and centuries of tradition. Yet within hours, royal commentators, palace watchers, and thousands of social media users were asking a very different question. Why did Catherine, Princess of Wales, choose that tiara again? And why did the choice immediately reignite conversations that Buckingham Palace has spent decades trying to move beyond? Because what appeared on Catherine, Princess of Wales's head that evening was not simply one of the most famous jewels in the royal collection. The Cambridge lover's not tiara carries a history so emotionally charged that every public appearance seems to awaken memories stretching back generations. More importantly, every time the famous tiara returns, the conversation somehow circles back to one woman whose influence still dominates royal discussions nearly 3 decades after her death. And that raises a fascinating question for viewers today. Is Catherine, Princess of Wales, simply honoring royal tradition, or is Prince William's future monarchy quietly embracing Princess Diana's legacy in ways that are becoming impossible to ignore? Before we uncover why this sparkling crown continues to create headlines around the world, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and let us know in the comments. When Catherine, Princess of Wales, wears Diana's most recognizable tiara, do you see a tribute to the past or a message about the future? The answer begins long before Catherine, Princess of Wales, ever entered the royal family. One reason the Cambridge lover's not tiara continues to fascinate the public is because the jewel itself feels almost alive within royal history. Unlike many treasures locked away inside royal vaults, this particular tiara carries an identity that has evolved with each generation of women who have worn it. Every appearance adds another chapter, another layer of meaning, and another connection between the monarchy's past and its future. The story begins in 1913 when Queen Mary commissioned this spectacular piece from Gerard, the official jeweler of the royal family. Queen Mary was famous for her extraordinary passion for historic jewels, but reports suggest that creating the lovers not required more than simply purchasing a new accessory. Queen Mary allegedly dismantled another treasured tiara from her own collection because she believed this design deserved a permanent place in royal history. That decision alone reveals something remarkable. From the very beginning, the lover's knot was never intended to be ordinary jewelry. The tiara was designed to survive generations, carrying royal symbolism far beyond fashion trends or changing public tastes. 19 diamond arches supported luminous hanging pearls, creating an appearance that looked elegant from a distance yet dramatically powerful under palace chandeliers. But hidden beneath the diamonds was another reality that few people fully understood. The lover's knot quickly gained a reputation for being one of the heaviest and most uncomfortable tiaras in the royal collection. Royal women admired its beauty, but many reportedly discovered that wearing it for extended periods could be physically exhausting. That contradiction created an almost perfect metaphor for royal life itself. From the outside, the monarchy appeared dazzling and effortless. Behind the scenes, duty often came with burdens invisible to the public. And perhaps that is why the tiara became so closely associated with Princess Diana. When Princess Diana entered the royal family in 1981, the monarchy was facing enormous public scrutiny while simultaneously trying to modernize its image. Princess Diana transformed that challenge almost overnight. Through warmth, empathy, and extraordinary public connection, Princess Diana became something far larger than a royal figure. Princess Diana became a global phenomenon. As Princess Diana's popularity expanded across Britain, the United States, Australia, Canada, and beyond, the lover's knot tiara gradually became part of that story. State banquets, international tours, diplomatic receptions, and historic royal appearances repeatedly placed Princess Diana beneath flashing cameras while the famous pearl swayed gently with every movement. Millions of people who knew little about royal jewelry suddenly recognized the tiara instantly because they associated it with Princess Diana herself. Yet something much deeper was happening at the same time. While photographers captured glamour and elegance, Princess Diana was navigating growing personal challenges within the royal family. Public admiration continued rising, but private struggles were becoming increasingly difficult. As a result, the tiara eventually evolved into something more than a royal accessory. The lover's knot became a symbol of duty, a symbol of sacrifice, a symbol of the emotional weight carried by the Princess of Wales. Even decades later, that symbolism remains impossible to separate from Princess Diana's memory. Which brings us directly to the present day and to Catherine, Princess of Wales. When Catherine, Princess of Wales, first reintroduced the lover's knot tiara to modern royal life, public reaction was immediate. Comparisons to Princess Diana appeared everywhere. Royal commentators analyzed photographs. Palace insiders reportedly discussed the significance behind the choice. Social media users placed images of Catherine, Princess of Wales, beside images of Princess Diana and began debating whether history was repeating itself. At first, many dismissed those comparisons as inevitable royal nostalgia. But over time, a pattern began to emerge. Unlike many other historic royal jewels available within the collection, Catherine, Princess of Wales, repeatedly returned to the lover's knot. State banquet after state banquet, diplomatic reception after diplomatic reception, the same tiara continued appearing during some of the monarchy's most important moments. And that raises another intriguing question. Why would Catherine, Princess of Wales, repeatedly choose the one royal jewel most closely connected to Princess Diana when countless alternatives exist inside the royal vaults? Some royal experts believe the answer may have less to do with fashion and far more to do with Prince William, the future king. Because every appearance of the lovers not just something extraordinary. It connects Prince William's future monarchy with Princess Diana's enduring legacy without a single speech being delivered. It reminds the public of compassion, vulnerability, and emotional authenticity, qualities many people believe modern royalty must embrace if the institution hopes to remain relevant for future generations. And if that interpretation is correct, then the tiara is not simply preserving history. The tiara may be helping define the future. But as we'll discover next, that possibility introduces an entirely different complication inside royal circles, because not everyone connected to the monarchy necessarily benefits when Princess Diana's memory becomes the center of attention once again. If the repeated appearances of the Cambridge lovers, not tiara, seem meaningful to royal observers, the reaction becomes even more fascinating when viewed through another lens. Every time Catherine, Princess of Wales, steps into the spotlight wearing Princess Diana's most recognizable royal jewel, public attention immediately shifts toward memories of the late Princess of Wales. For many people, that emotional connection feels natural. For others inside royal circles, the situation may be far more complicated. Princess Diana remains one of the most influential figures in modern royal history. Decades after Princess Diana's death, documentaries, books, interviews, and public discussions continue to keep Princess Diana's legacy alive. Even younger generations who never witnessed Princess Diana's royal years often feel connected to the story through photographs, television coverage, and the countless accounts describing Princess Diana's compassion and public appeal. That enduring popularity creates a unique challenge for the modern monarchy. Whenever Catherine, Princess of Wales, appears wearing the lover's not tiara, headlines frequently move beyond the present moment and return to Princess Diana. Instead of focusing entirely on current royal engagements, public conversations often become centered on comparisons between the two princesses of Wales. Social media fills with side-by-side photographs, royal commentators revisit Diana's influence, and discussions about the future of the monarchy become intertwined with memories of the past. What makes this dynamic particularly interesting is that Catherine, Princess of Wales, never appears to be directly imitating Princess Diana. Instead, Catherine, Princess of Wales, has carefully developed a public identity built on stability, discipline, and quiet confidence. Yet the visual connection remains powerful enough to trigger worldwide discussion every time the tiara reappears. And this is where many royal watchers believe the story becomes more significant than jewelry. Some commentators suggest that Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, understand something fundamental about public sentiment. The future king cannot separate the future of the monarchy from the enduring popularity of Princess Diana. Rather than avoiding that reality, Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, appear increasingly comfortable acknowledging Princess Diana's place within royal history. Could that be a deliberate strategy for the future monarchy? Many royal observers think so. By embracing symbols associated with Princess Diana while maintaining a modern royal image, Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, may be building a bridge between generations of royal supporters. The approach allows the monarchy to honor tradition while also connecting with emotions that millions of people still associate with Princess Diana. However, that growing connection raises another important question. If Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, are quietly shaping the future image of the monarchy around continuity, memory, and public affection, how does that affect other senior members of the royal family whose own public journeys have often been measured against Diana's lasting legacy? And according to some royal commentators, that question leads directly toward one of the most sensitive dynamics inside Buckingham Palace. For Queen Camilla, the challenge has never been performing royal duties or supporting King Charles III. The greater challenge has often been navigating a public landscape where Princess Diana remains one of the most admired figures the monarchy has ever produced. Even after years of dedicated service, charity work, and increasingly positive public appearances, Queen Camilla continues to face comparisons that few public figures could realistically escape. That reality becomes especially visible whenever Catherine, Princess of Wales, chooses to wear the Cambridge Lovers, not tiara. The reason is surprisingly simple. Most members of the public do not see the tiara and immediately think about Queen Mary, royal jewelers, or historic craftsmanship. Most people see the tiara and instantly think about Princess Diana. The emotional connection is so deeply embedded in public memory that the jewel has effectively become part of Diana's legacy. As a result, every major appearance by Catherine, Princess of Wales, wearing the famous tiara tends to create a familiar cycle. News coverage begins with the royal event itself, but public discussion quickly shifts toward Princess Diana. Photographs of Catherine, Princess of Wales, are compared with photographs of Diana. Commentators revisit Diana's influence on modern royalty. Online conversations fill with memories, tributes, and renewed appreciation for the late Princess of Wales. What makes this pattern remarkable is that it often happens regardless of the event's original purpose. Whether the occasion involves diplomacy, state visits, international relations, or royal celebrations, the conversation repeatedly returns to Diana's enduring presence within public consciousness. Some royal commentators have suggested that this demonstrates just how powerful Princess Diana's legacy remains nearly 3 decades after her passing. And that lingering influence creates an interesting dynamic for the future monarchy. Unlike previous generations that often appeared cautious about invoking Diana's memory, Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, seem increasingly comfortable acknowledging that Princess Diana remains an essential part of the royal family story. Reports and commentary have frequently suggested that Prince William understands better than anyone how strongly the public continues to identify with Diana's values, compassion, and emotional openness. Could Catherine, Princess of Wales, be helping preserve that connection? Many royal observers believe the answer is yes. The repeated appearance of Diana-linked jewelry, including the famous sapphire engagement ring and the Cambridge Lovers' not tiara, has created a visual narrative that many supporters immediately recognize. Rather than replacing Princess Diana's legacy, Catherine, Princess of Wales, appears to be carrying certain elements of that legacy forward in a respectful and carefully measured way. However, not everyone interprets these developments through the same lens. Some commentators argue that every renewed focus on Diana inevitably creates renewed comparisons within the royal family. Whether fair or unfair, public attention often shifts toward questions of popularity, influence, and emotional connection. Those comparisons can quickly dominate headlines, especially during major royal events where symbolism matters just as much as ceremony. And this is where the story becomes even more intriguing. Because behind the diamonds, photographs, and royal traditions lies a much larger question about the monarchy's future direction. Is Prince William, the future king, quietly shaping a royal institution that embraces Diana's emotional legacy more openly than ever before? Or is the public simply seeing connections wherever Diana's memory appears? Whatever the answer may be, one thing is becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. The Cambridge Lovers' not tiara is no longer just a historic royal jewel. It has become a symbol of memory, influence, and continuity, carrying the story of Princess Diana directly into the era of Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales. And what happens next may reveal far more about the future monarchy than any royal speech ever could. As the discussion surrounding the Cambridge lovers, not Tiara, continues to grow, the most revealing part of the story may not involve Queen Camilla, Princess Diana, or even the jewel itself. The deeper story may actually be about where Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, are taking the monarchy during one of the most important transitions in modern royal history. Over the past several years, the British royal family has faced challenges unlike anything seen in previous decades. Questions surrounding succession, changing public expectations, health concerns involving senior royals, and ongoing scrutiny from global media have forced the institution to adapt faster than many expected. In the middle of that transformation, Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, have gradually emerged as the figures many royal supporters see as the monarchy's future. That perception became even stronger following Catherine, Princess of Wales's cancer diagnosis and subsequent recovery journey. When Catherine, Princess of Wales, temporarily stepped away from public duties, concerns spread far beyond Britain. Messages of support arrived from around the world. Millions of people who had followed Catherine, Princess of Wales, for years suddenly viewed the future queen through a different lens. The story was no longer simply about royal engagements, state visits, or public appearances. The story became deeply personal. For months, public attention focused on resilience, family, and recovery. Then came the moment that captured worldwide attention. When Catherine, Princess of Wales, returned to major royal events wearing the Cambridge lovers, not Tiara, once again, many observers felt they were witnessing something much larger than a fashion choice. The image combined several powerful narratives at once. There was the future queen returning after a difficult personal battle. There was a symbolic connection to Princess Diana. And there was the growing sense that Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, were stepping into a more prominent leadership role within the royal family. That combination created a visual message that required no official statement. Many royal commentators noted that Catherine, Princess of Wales, appeared confident, composed, and increasingly central to the monarchy's public image. At the same time, Prince William continued expanding responsibilities that naturally accompany the role of future king. Together, Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, increasingly appeared less like supporting figures and more like the next chapter of the institution itself. And this is where the symbolism of the tiara becomes especially important. The Cambridge lovers, not tiara, represents continuity, but it also represents adaptation. The jewel connects Queen Mary, Princess Diana, and Catherine, Princess of Wales, across different generations, yet each woman carried a completely different public identity. Queen Mary represented royal tradition. Princess Diana represented emotional transformation. Catherine, Princess of Wales, appears to represent stability during change. Could that be exactly what the monarchy needs right now? Many supporters believe so. In a world where public trust is increasingly difficult to maintain, Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, seem to understand that modern leadership requires more than ceremony. Modern leadership requires connection. It requires authenticity. It requires the ability to preserve centuries of royal tradition while still appearing relatable to ordinary families facing their own struggles and uncertainties. That balancing act may ultimately define Prince William's future reign. Because beneath the headlines, photographs, and endless royal speculation lies a much larger reality. The monarchy is preparing for its next era. Every public appearance by Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, is being examined not simply for what it means today, but for what it suggests about tomorrow. And as we'll see next, the story of the Cambridge lovers, not tiara, ultimately reveals something far more important than royal fashion. It reveals how memory, legacy, and public emotion may shape the future of the crown itself. In the end, the extraordinary fascination surrounding the Cambridge lovers, not tiara, reveals something that extends far beyond diamonds, pearls, or royal ceremony. What keeps millions of people talking is not the jewel itself. What continues to capture public imagination is the powerful story that the jewel represents. For more than a century, the tiara has traveled through different eras of royal history, passing from one generation to another while quietly absorbing the emotions, expectations, and memories attached to each woman who wore it. Queen Mary saw the piece as a symbol of royal continuity. Princess Diana transformed it into a global icon associated with compassion, vulnerability, and extraordinary public connection. Today, Catherine, Princess of Wales, has given the same tiara yet another meaning, linking resilience, stability, and the future of the monarchy together in a single image. That transformation may explain why every appearance continues to generate such intense interest. When Catherine, Princess of Wales, steps into a state banquet wearing the famous tiara, the public does not simply see jewelry. The public sees history. The public sees Princess Diana. The public sees Prince William, the future king, and the values many people hope will define the monarchy's next chapter. The public sees continuity between past and future, tradition and modernization, symbolism and reality. And perhaps that is precisely why the Cambridge Lovers' Not tiara remains one of the most powerful objects in the royal collection. Because unlike crowns, scepters, or ceremonial regalia, the tiara carries something far more emotional. The jewel carries memory. No matter how many years pass, Princess Diana's influence continues to shape royal conversations across Britain and around the world. New generations discover Princess Diana's story. Older generations continue remembering Princess Diana's compassion and humanity. As a result, every symbol connected to Princess Diana carries extraordinary emotional weight. Catherine, Princess of Wales, appears to understand that reality better than most. Whether intentionally or simply through respectful tradition, Catherine, Princess of Wales, has helped ensure that Princess Diana's legacy remains visible without overwhelming the monarchy's future. Rather than competing with history, Catherine, Princess of Wales, seems to be building upon it. Rather than replacing Princess Diana's memory, Catherine, Princess of Wales, appears to be carrying part of that legacy forward into a completely different royal era. At the same time, Prince William's growing role within the royal family suggests that this connection may become even more significant in the years ahead. As King Charles III continues shaping his reign, attention increasingly turns toward the future king and the future queen. Every appearance by Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, is analyzed for clues about the direction of the monarchy. Every public decision is examined for signs of change. Every symbolic gesture is measured against public expectations. And few symbols speak more clearly than the Cambridge Lovers' Not tiara. What once began as a masterpiece commissioned by Queen Mary has become something much larger. The tiara now represents continuity through change, strength through adversity, and memory through generations. It reminds people that while institutions evolve, certain stories continue shaping public perception long after the individuals themselves are gone. That may ultimately be the greatest lesson hidden within this remarkable royal story. The future of the monarchy will not be built solely through tradition, authority, or ceremony. The future of the monarchy may depend just as much on emotional connection, public trust, and the ability to preserve meaningful legacies while moving confidently toward the future. Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, appear increasingly aware of that challenge, and many royal observers believe that understanding could become one of their greatest strengths. So perhaps the real question was never whether Catherine, Princess of Wales, chose the tiara because of Princess Diana. Perhaps the more important question is what the public continues to see when Catherine, Princess of Wales, wears it. Do people see a tribute? Do people see a reminder? Or do people see the blueprint for Prince William's future monarchy taking shape before their eyes? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe Catherine, Princess of Wales, wears the Cambridge Lovers' Not tiara primarily to honor Princess Diana's legacy? Or do you think the famous jewel has become a symbol of something even larger for the future of the royal family? If you enjoyed this deep dive into royal history, palace symbolism, Prince William, Catherine, Princess of Wales, King Charles III, Queen Camilla, and the evolving future of the monarchy, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and join us for more fascinating royal stories, hidden palace dynamics, and the latest developments shaping the House of Windsor. Until next time, thank you for watching.